I'm Bob Berkowitz with Donna Barnes, and this is Naked New York, and this is Chris Frieri. He's a filmmaker, and a good one. One short of Chris's that I saw was about women taking off their clothes. It was really like one shot of woman after woman literally stripping.
Yeah, it was really, I was working on a larger film, Gollywog's Cakewalk.
Yeah.
And that stuff was, you saw, was from something called the B-reel, which is something we just kind of worked up in the editing room. It was, I don't know, we knew the main film was a long project that we were working on. It took a number of years to do, but needed to put something on the side, and there was a lot of this leftover footage that couldn't make it to the main film, so we cut the B-reel out of it.
Was it difficult getting these women to take their clothes off?
No, just they had to lighten them up a little bit, and yeah, you know, whatever it took. You know, some people were very, very free and easy about it. Other people, you know, had to get them drunk.
Now, you dated a woman who took nude photos of you. She was a professional photographer.
Yeah, the famous Doris Closter. It's funny, I mentioned Doris Closter behind to your producer and say I never heard of her. Doris would probably be devastated by that, but yeah, she took these nudes. We took them, and we just had them at a party, and we blew up had a couple of nice big 6 foot nudes of me.
Of you?
Yeah, waving my
your whole business
in everybody's face.
How did that feel to be photographed naked and to see yourself like that, 6 feet?
Oh, it was great. Yeah, it felt real good, real big ego stroke. You know.
Was it?
Anybody want to see me with my clothes off? And I was flattered. So.
Yeah. Was it liberating in any way for you?
It was sort of that moment in life. Yeah, I think I was getting to that point where I was, you know, I had a couple of low moments along the way, a couple of Waterloos, you know, bad films, and but it was like that kind of a moment where it was just okay. For this time around, with a strip, and let it all out, and yeah, it's kind of like, you know, kind of building from there. You know, I wasn't too serious before then. That was like my moment where I declared myself.
An auteur.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. The film where the women take off their clothes, that had a fairly wide distribution. People in Warsaw, Poland, that far away.
Yeah, it traveled well. Yeah, the B-reel went all over the place. It really did play. Got a lot of mileage out of it. Actually, more out of that than out of the main film. People, you know, enjoyed that. It was like no plot, you know. It was just like
it is interesting. People taking their clothes off, they'll do it every time.
Yeah,
what was the reaction in Warsaw different than it was here, say, in New York or elsewhere?
Well, it was a good reaction. That trip was like a really beautiful, long trip out to Warsaw, and I got there, and they told me, you know, when I sat down, the thing was about to run. I said, well, you know, the director of the festival said, well, you know, the Polish people, they're a good audience, but they're not going to clap if they don't like your film. They don't care if you're sitting here. They're not going to clap for you, but they clapped at the end of it. You know, I think I was a little bit like, oh,
were you nervous going?
A little bit. Well, you know, not so nervous, you know, getting there. But yeah, when the film was running, I was like, God, it's dragging. It's going so slow. It's probably really boring. They're going to like be hissing at the end of it. But
that's because you've seen it many more times.
I've seen it so many times. Yeah, I would have recut it by now, but you know, it was already a year old probably when the time I got there. But it's, you know, it's traveled well. You know, a lot of local girls, a lot of local downtown girls that were in it, and you know, they already have their groupies and their following, and so you know, that was you know, my stab at the commercial. I was trying to go shooting for the commercial crowd.
And what's the main film that you've got that's out now?
The main film was something called Gollywog's Cakewalk. It's actually been out for about a year. It's like in New York. It's a romantic story. You know, there's all this nudity kind of written into it. It was like I said, it was the commercial end of it. I was trying to go for, but. Yeah, it's about a photographer, filmmaker. You know, it's somewhat autobiographical, but a lot of it's played out in Central Park. There's a beautiful nude scene we shot in Central Park. You know, a love scene, but it's not.
How did you shoot a nude scene in Central Park?
We took our clothes off. It was like the dead of winter.
And just
right
kept
on top of the obelisk,
crossed?
right at the obelisk.
Yeah.
And you know, people looking after our backs. You know, and yeah, we got by. It was like the
Did you
coolest
get
day of the
busted by
year.
the cops, huh?
No, not a word.
Yeah. If you didn't have nudity in it, do you think the film would be so well received?
Probably not.
Really?
It would be me riding around on a bicycle. Yeah, no. Well, you don't know. Who knows? You know. Yeah, I think the nudity helped though. I think it. You know, we tried. Yeah, I think it brought out the. You know, not only there was like the raincoat crowd came out for it, and you know, but it was an artistic film that wasn't. It wasn't like a.
But does that aggravate you as a filmmaker? That people couldn't take you seriously just in terms of the story, the acting, the feeling that you're trying to convey, but somebody takes their clothes off, suddenly it's appealing?
Well, not so much I would be offended by it because, you know, I mean, I really started off, you know, I started off looking to make films with people taking their clothes off and stuff, and I wouldn't really have it any other way.
Okay, Chris, appreciate you being here.
I appreciate it.
continued
Thank you
success.
very much.
For more information about Chris Frieri and his films, log on to ghostlimbfilms.com.